Did Jesus really reveal the name of the Antichrist? I will report the facts. You can decide. In Luke chapter 10, verse 18, Jesus said these words, "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from the heavens." These words are written in Greek and translated to English. However, Jesus spoke these words originally in Aramaic, which is the most ancient form of Hebrew.
It is debatable whether Jesus spoke most of the time in Aramaic. He may have done much of his teaching in Hebrew or Greek. It is also not true that Aramaic is the oldest form of Hebrew.
As you know, the Old Testament was written in Hebrew. If a modern Jewish rabbi were to speak these words of Jesus today, he would speak them in Hebrew, much the same way that Jesus would have spoken them. So in Hebrew, Jesus said that he saw Satan falling as lightning from the heights, or from the heavens.
A sleight of hand has occurred here. First, it is claimed that Jesus spoke in Aramaic, but then it is claimed that he spoke in Hebrew. Which is it? Although the characters for both languages are the same, the vocabulary has some key differences, especially in vowel points but also often in the very consonants used.
So what are the words for lightning and heights or heavens in Hebrew? From the Strong's Hebrew Dictionary, word number 1299, a primitive root word meaning to lighten or lightning or to cast forth, the word is Barak. In the Strong's Hebrew Dictionary, word number 1300, lightning, or by analogy a gleam, a flashing sword, or a brightness or a glittering, the Hebrew word is Barak. So lightning, or a flash of light, in Hebrew is pronounced Barak or Barak. Now consider this amazing fact. The book of Isaiah is the source of origin for the Christian concept and understanding of Satan, or Lucifer, as Isaiah calls him, in chapter 14, especially in verses 12 through 19. In Isaiah chapter 14, verse 14, Lucifer, or Satan, is credited with these words, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High."
Is Isaiah really the source for the Christian view of Satan? It may contribute to our understanding, but even that is disputed. The one passage that may speak about Satan is indeed Isaiah 14. But part of the reason for this being so interpreted is due to the influence of the King James Version. In verse 12 the King James says, "O Lucifer, son of the morning." The word Lucifer, however, is simply a transliteration of the Latin Vulgate at this point. It is not another name for Satan. The Hebrew word, Hallel, means morning star or shining one. Most modern translations do not translate Hallel as Lucifer, rather they have shining one, day star, morning star, etc. Compare the following. Of course, there are still excellent scholars who believe that Isaiah 14 is ultimately a reference to Satan, though in the historical context it was directed at the Babylonian king.
In the verses of Isaiah that refer directly to Lucifer, several times it is mentioned that Satan has fallen from the heights, or from the heavens. The Hebrew word used in this text for the heights from which Satan fell is Strong's Hebrew word 1116, pronounced Bama. Bama is most commonly used to refer to a high sacred place, as well as to the heights of the heavens or the clouds.
The Hebrew word for height is Bama, but the plural is used in Isaiah 14:14, Bamot.
In Hebrew, the letter Wa is often transliterated as a U. Some scholars use the O for this transliteration. It is primarily used as a conjunction to join concepts together.
This is true, but irrelevant. To have the idea of lightning from the heights would normally require a preposition, not a conjunction. See next point.
So to join in Hebrew poetry the concept of lightning, or Barak, and a high place like heaven or the heights of heaven, the letter U, or sometimes O, the Hebrew letter Wa, would be used. So, Barak Obama, or Barak Obama, in Hebrew poetry, similar to the style written in Isaiah, would translate literally as lightning, and the heights, or the heavens, or lightning from the heights of the skies, or the heavens.
It seems to be an illegitimate leap to say lightning in the heights means the same thing as lightning from the heights. Indeed, there is a perfectly good Hebrew word that means from. Men, but that would produce Barak min Bamo. It's getting more difficult to see the validity of the narrator's linguistic points.
The word Satan is Satan in Hebrew, a direct translation. So back to Jesus' prophecy in Luke chapter 10, verse 18. If spoken by a Jewish rabbi today, influenced by the poetry of Isaiah, he would say these words in Hebrew, the words of Jesus in Luke chapter 10, verse 18 as, "And I saw Satan as Barak Obama." Did Jesus reveal to us the name of the Antichrist?
When all is said and done, the evidence is simply bogus. The Hebrew that is given here does not mean lightning from the heights. Barak Obama means lightning in height. But that can hardly be the underlying Aramaic, which is not Hebrew, for the Greek text of Luke 10:18. Thus, a linguistic leap from Greek to Aramaic to Hebrew, with a grammar and vocabulary changing along the way, is required to make Luke 10:18 mean what the narrator wants it to mean.
I report, you decide.
This is hardly a case of I report, you decide. It is rather a case of I'll tell you only part of the evidence, and will use some fancy exegetical gymnastics to make everything fit. And based on the skewered evidence, you decide.